reviving my 80s, and I'm going to do something this morning that I've never done before, and I just thought I'd take you along. And this year we have a bumper crop of limes. This bucket is full of limes. We just picked off the tree. They're sort of wet. I'm going to wash them, dry them, and save them in a nice... I'd show you, wait just a minute, I'll show you what I'm going to put them in. And then after they're dry, I'm going to put them in here. I have a bucket full that I washed in the sink that I'm going to ferment. That's what I've never done before, is ferment the limes. But I'm going to try it. But before I do that, I wanted to make a spice mix, because as I put them in, I want to add spices to them. But now the next thing I want to show you real quick what I'm going to do. To start with, I'm going to put some salt down on the bottom of my crock. And make sure whatever salt you use is not your iodized salt that you buy out of the store, because it will not ferment right. It won't ferment. Okay, then that's in the bottom, and I have pink Himalayan and black volcano, I don't know, it's black salt. Okay, now I want to get the ones that I washed, and before I store any of these, I plan to dry them good so they're not stored wet. I'm just cutting off that little stem end that was hooked onto the tree. Okay, you cut it in half, but not all the way to the bottom, and then turn around so you're cutting it in fourths, but not all the way to the bottom. So it looks like this. There you have it. And then you want to put in, and I'll get a spoon so I'm not, you're going to put a little salt in each of these, and you're going to put it in your crock. And I'm going to keep doing this and doing this, and I think the term is muddle. I'm going to pound it with my stomp. And what I want them to be crushed to the bottom. I want the juice to come out. And remember, there has to be enough juice to cover everything about an inch. And you want to make sure everything is under the juice. That's in here. I have cabbage that I started fermenting yesterday. And what I do at the very first, I put weight on it to crush it down. And I thought I would have to add to this particular cabbage that I did yesterday, because I thought it was not as moist as some when I processed it and tamped it down. But you know, it is just swimming this morning. And I have weights. What I have on here, I have my blue plate to cover it. I have weights on my weights on top of that. And in about 3 days' time, I can start tasting my sauerkraut. And I leave it out until I think it's just right and I want it off my counter. And then whatever's left in here, I put in the refrigerator and finish eating it. So that will be my plan on my limes. I have filled up my crock. I've cut them in quarters like that. I don't know if you can see that. And then I put a little salt into each one. Put it in here. And I don't know, oh, I should just bring the camera over. That's what it looks like inside. I don't know if you can see it. It's about 3/4 full. And now I am going to stomp it. And I think this has a term like muddling or something like that. Maybe it's middling. But I want to just pound those down until I can see some juice rising. And if I don't, I'm just going to add some filtered water. You don't want to use your tap water that has chlorine in it. Chlorine will keep things from fermenting, so we don't want that. And as long as we're talking about terms, which I don't know if it's, I think it's muddling, is we say chai tea. I've got to break myself of that because actually what we're saying tea, because chai means tea. What we're making is masala chai. And so that is the real term for that, and it's very good. And I almost could use my pickling spices in my chai, or I could take my chai mix and put it into my limes. Yes, I'm going to have to add water to the limes, but I pressed them down. It was about 3/4 full. Now it's a little, maybe half full or less, because I've really pounded on those. So I am going to do that. I've got my water here, and I want them to come up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do just like I do my fermented cabbage. It isn't over the top. I'm going to, what did I do with my, I'm going to press them down, and I'm going to check them and make sure that they're over the top, but they might be a little bit like when I make the fermented cabbage. It takes a while for the water to come up. So now I have the plate on, and I'm going to put my weights, but also I'm going to put my water weight. And this is heavy. Of course, if I had it full, and this is just regular water, not filtered water. So that's going to be, and I'm going to check them by the end of the day, see how my water level is, and if by tomorrow morning it isn't covered, I will cover it with water. And it does have lots of salt in it because it had the salt on the bottom. And I use about half of my pickling spice or less, because I don't think it was clear full when I got done. So that's it, and we'll see how it works. Oh, have we got one left?
Yeah, I missed one.
Oh, okay. We'll add another. Well, we'll do something with that in the cooking today, fresh. So there you have it. And I'll show you some of the things later on that I do with it, because there's no use making stuff and then not using it. So, have a good day. Till later.